Hey everybody, we're still on the road, heading back home now, and today we had a full day in Albuquerque, New Mexico, seeing all the Breaking Bad things. We had a really, really great time, didn't we?
We did, and did you decide, are we making a separate video for that?
I think we're going to include it in our overall large trip video, but I'm also going to parse it out so it's a Breaking Bad video as well.
Cool.
Yeah, that's my plan. So we covered a lot today. We saw all sorts of Breaking Bad places and ate at a Breaking Bad restaurant as well.
Twisters, aka Los Pollos Hermanos. It was, well, you'll get to it. We'll get to it in the review.
Yeah, you'll be able to see everything. But we wanted to talk about Funko at SDCC because we were at SDCC and we did all the things, and we were able to get into the Funko booth for the very first time.
For the very first time. We've been near the Funko booth at New York Comic Con, but we've never actually gone in. And one year, our first year at New York Comic Con, we actually had a badge where we were able to get into the Funko booth, but we didn't. Two of our friends went in place of Chris and I because we were working it. And when you're working a convention like that, you don't really have time to do too much of anything.
Yeah, at this con, we were actual con goers and just around doing things. Although we didn't do as much social media stuff as the other influencers were doing. They were putting, their cameras around and setting up the cameras and doing lives, making videos and stuff. We were basically just walking around filming so we could make a very long form video at the very end, which I'm assuming will come out in the next couple weeks. But Funko treated us really, really well at SDCC. So aside from the booth, we also were able to get in line for their panel as well. So I want to discuss both things that we did while we were there, which was the Funko booth tour and then also the panel event, which was really great.
So what's first?
Well, first I want to say to make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button. I know these videos are far different from any other videos that we make. We don't really do this that often. I really like my edited videos. I have a lot of fun making them. But I really appreciate your support in these videos. The like button, subscribe button, and the little bell. Hit them all. If you like the content, you like our content generally, we would really, really appreciate it. It helps us a lot on this channel. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/GasoCast. We're going to have 2 Google Meet calls in the month of August where we're going to do all sorts of giveaways. We have a lot to give away from SDCC specifically, and also some things that I purchased prior to SDCC. So this upcoming month in August is going to be epic for our Patreon. And also check out MischiefToys.com and pick up something today. If you don't know, Mischief Toys is our independent toy company based out of Glen Burnie, Maryland. And we've been doing it for many years. But we're doing all sorts of fun stuff. And New York Comic Con is coming, which is going to be huge for Mischief Toys. But before then, we have a brand new figure which will be dropping next week, which is our Love Sick Ghastly. It is such a cool figure. We think you guys are going to dig it, and we will have more information on that coming soon. But go to MischiefToys.com, sign up for our newsletter, and follow us on Instagram at Mischief Toys, and follow GasoCast at GasoCast on Instagram as well. I never tell people to do that. I don't know why. I always forget that one. So let's talk about first, just in order of how we did things, Funko panel.
Okay.
So the Funko panel, we were not given any special treatment at all. We had to stand in line with everybody else.
Very, very, very far back in line.
Yep, it was a very long line.
The craziest part is we've never been to this convention, so we had no idea where to go. And the service in the convention center was not very great, so I was trying to get a hold of people to figure out where it was. And a lot of the people who were working something. I don't know if they were within the convention center. I think that they were SDCC volunteers, but they didn't really tell us where to go.
Yeah, we had a hard time figuring out where to go for the panel, considering that we had never been there, but we found it eventually. It took us a little while, but we found the panel. And we got in, I think the panel started, and then we eventually got in there. They had to kick it off because what I learned while at SDCC is that they have a time for the panel, and they have to do it within that period of time, and there's no playing around.
Yeah.
Like they do, because we went to another panel, which was a drop thing for drop NFT stuff. And they were literally holding up cue cards that told them, the panelists, how long they had.
Yeah.
So that panel kicked off, and then we eventually got in there, and it was really cool because they had a bunch of actors that showed up, specifically Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion. They were the two people that I really knew. They also had some other folks there. They had the girl that plays Megan was there as well. But they were all up on this panel, and during the panel, they kind of did some Q&A with the actors, and then they did some giveaways and showed new upcoming product, which was fine. That was cool. And I think that the people who were leading the whole thing, the hosts, they did a really great job.
They did, yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool to go to our first Funko panel. They did an all-room giveaway, 2 of them. One was like a Masters of the Universe poster, and the other was a Pop Yourself demo dog.
Yes.
And the only downside is you had to go to a separate area, like it was at a hotel where you had to present them with your ticket and pick up your stuff, which we didn't do, and I really regret it because I really wanted the demo dog specifically.
Yeah.
And I wanted the poster to give to one of our good friends.
So that part sucked, although I guess I understand why they did it, because it
would have slowed things down.
Yeah.
Especially with the timing on the panels, I have the feeling that they would have gotten in trouble for taking too much time.
Too much time, and then also giving this stuff away, I think it would have just gotten way out of hand.
Yeah.
So I think they did it right. I don't know if where they had the stuff to pick up, if that was the right place to do it. But needless to say, we did not go and get our stuff. We didn't go and grab the demo dog. We didn't grab the poster. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing I could say about the panel.
But when you walked in, they gave you a card, and on the back of the card had a little color associated. And I was the only person out of our friends that were there. We knew other people there, right? Aside from me, you, and Sam. I think there was a couple other people there, but I think I'm the only one that won from the people that we knew that attended the thing. I won the characters from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I got 2 different figures, but I was supposed to get an entire set.
Yeah, you were supposed to get 4.
But I was never brought the other 2, which is it doesn't matter to me. I don't play Baldur's Gate, so it didn't bother me at all. The girl who was handing stuff out, she was basically like, hey, I'm going to come back, I'm going to give you your stuff, but she never returned. And I didn't get a bag. Everybody else got a bag to carry their stuff. So I like to think that maybe they were trying to stick one to the Gasslecast a little bit. They're like, don't give those guys a bag. Don't give them all the pops. Screw them.
I don't think that was
Screw those people. No, I'm joking. So the panel was fine. Was it stellar and amazing and the best thing I would ever gone to? No. I think it was just okay. Seeing Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk was great. I love those 2 actors. I think they're really great guys. So it was cool to hear them banter back and forth. But outside of that, the panel was just okay. I don't know. There weren't any announcements that blew my socks off either.
Yeah.
I wasn't blown away by anything.
See, I didn't know what to expect because I had never really been to a panel, so
right. Yeah.
I had a good time.
It was fine. Yeah, like I said, it was fine. It wasn't anything that blew our socks off.
Yeah.
Then the Funko booth. So for the Funko booth, on the other hand, we had reached out to one of our Funko people that have reached out to us in the past. A really nice person. We basically just emailed him and we're like, hey, is there any way we can get in there because we'd like to get some of the stuff and we don't have a pass to get in line. We're YouTubers. Give us our things. That's basically what we said.
YouTubers get everything.
But the truth of it is...
We did not say that.
We didn't say that.
We just said this was a very last minute trip and we're not expecting special treatment, but if there is availability for us to get into the booth, we would really like that.
Right, and also I wanted to get in there and buy stuff to give stuff away on Patreon. That was my biggest reason, because there wasn't really anything I wanted from the booth this year personally, other than the 4 Fantastic Four characters that were in the little minis.
The clamshells.
And I wanted the clamshells just because I thought they were cool. I don't know. I might end up giving those away at some point anyway. But anyway, we wanted the things. So when we got there, our person hooked us up, and they're like, "What time do you want?" We gave them a time and a day, and they're like, "No problem." We went to the Funko booth, and boom, there we are at the Funko booth. The Funko folks ran up to us. The social media people ran up to us. They were incredibly sweet to us, and they showed us like the biddy room, because there was like a biddy area.
Yeah, that was cool.
A lounge fly area.
It was the first biddy area. Hold on, don't past that.
Okay, I'm not. Okay.
So, at the very top of the biddy booth, you saw this like Freddy Funko looking down with like a magnifying glass.
Yeah, that was cool.
You're the biddy in that situation, which was really neat.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. But the biddy booth was neat. I liked the layout of it. It was really easy to get around. They had some cool stuff in there. I'm not crazy about biddies. I have a couple of them, in my collection. So we looked at that and everything. Which, by the way, Sam filmed it on my phone, and I think somebody commented how horrible it was, and Sam didn't do a good job or something.
Well, you even said that to Sam.
I told Sam it was horrible, but I just put it up anyway because I figured it was something that those at home could just see kind of a glimpse of what was going on. But I filmed it with my big camera, so I capture all sorts of stuff that I'll end up making in a long form video. So that's fine. But we did the Loungefly booth as well, and they had a Fantastic Four bag there, and I had been eyeing that thing up ever since the panel.
Yes.
I love this bag. It's my favorite bag, I think, that has ever been made by Loungefly. Personally, it is so great. It has a pin that's attached to the front. Did you know that? There's a 4 on the front, like underneath. It's actually on the bag, and then there's a pin that goes over top of it.
I have something to tell you.
What?
You said those exact same words to me when you found that out like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
You were like, it has a pin on the front. Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Do you want to see what I got?
It was really cool. What'd you get? Oh, yeah.
I got a Tinkerbell Loungefly.
That's right. Well, I want to get to that. So, while we were doing our thing, we ended up stopping, and I purchased the Fantastic Four bag while on tour. And by the way, favorite bag is a regular size bag, not a mini. Got that thing, and then that's when Funko basically turned to us and they said, "What would you guys like?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I want this, this, and this." And then they showed me the little piece of paper, and they're like, "Well, what point the things you want?" And I was pointing, and they're like, "Okay, we'll go get this for you." And I was like, "Well, I want to pay for it." Like, that was our expectation, was that we were going to pay for the stuff. Well, they ended up giving it to us, which was really, really sweet. And I just want to shout out to Funko for doing that. I don't think we've ever tried to connect with Funko before, other than when they came to us at New York Comic Con last year.
Yeah.
We have never been to a convention to connect with them, or like, I don't know, like go into the booth or anything. Never asked for the access to it or the privilege. We were offered that, and I think that was really cool, and I appreciate that. You know, it never hurts to ask. I asked the question, and we got in there, so that's cool. The other cool thing is that while they're doing that, they brought us into their social media room. And their social media room was a place where, social media people could film, take pictures and everything else, which Heather and I took full advantage of. And that is where Heather's bag came from, because they gave that to Heather.
Yeah, so I eyed it up at the Loungefly area, and I was like, what IP is that? Because I couldn't really see anything besides like flowers and green, and those are like some of my favorite things, and I was like, that's a really pretty bag. And they thought it was like Tangled or something, and I was like, okay, I don't need another bag. I bought like 4 bags on this trip, and I don't even know how many Loungeflies I have at this point, but it has to be at least 50 now.
Oh, it has to be. You got so many.
And I was like, I don't need another. Well, I had talked to them, and we somehow got into the conversation about how me and Chris were going to go to Disney and stuff like that. And when we were in the social media room, someone brought me the bag, and they were like, I thought this would be perfect for your Disneyland trip.
That is so sweet of them.
It was so
really.
I started to cry because I just didn't expect it, and I also cried because I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna put this thing? No, I'm just kidding. But it was really, really, really nice, and I'm very grateful for that. That was like,
it was incredibly sweet.
Yeah, it was completely unexpected.
Yes, unexpected the fact that they gave us anything, because to be honest with you, I don't like taking things from companies like that.
Neither.
I don't know. I don't feel like they need to give me anything. I usually buy everything.
Yeah.
So the fact that they did that was really cool.
Yeah, and if you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, oh, you're gonna be nice to Funko because they gave you free stuff. I legitimately do not care about getting free stuff. Like, it's a super nice gesture. I'm very grateful, but I'm not going to like sugarcoat anything just because someone gives me something.
Well, that comes for that goes for any of these companies.
Yeah, but there's so many people that accuse us of that, and I just like to make it a point. Like, what's shitty about the internet is I feel like I have to get defensive because people say like really crappy things to us,
right?
And they're like, oh, well, you've been bought and this and that, and I'm like, no, I'm not altering my opinion because I got a free toy.
Well, yeah. So, and it doesn't matter. Who cares? You know, people are going to say what they're going to say, and you can't stop them, and we can't go around, yelling at everybody.
I just wanted to put that here.
Yeah, well, that's fine. So they were really sweet to us, and they gave us the things, and that was cool. And a lot of the things will be given away during our Patreon calls and stuff. So if you want to win some cool stuff, go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/castlecast. We give away a lot of stuff over there. I got a lot of Thrill Joy stuff to give away as well.
Yeah,
that was
we got
unbelievable.
some really cool stuff.
We got some really cool stuff. But I do want to mention one thing that was cool or very interesting is that as we were walking up to the Funko booth, we ended up seeing Twisted. And Twisted is a group. It's two rappers. I always want to say a band, but it's not a band. But they're like a horror rap kind of genre, if you don't know who they are. I've liked them since I was a teenager. I've listened to them since I was in high school. My buddy and I used to listen to them. And I listen to them off and on now. I'm not like a super fan of them, but I still like a lot of their music, especially the older music. But we ran into them as we were going to the Funko booth, and I thought that was really cool. I didn't expect to see them. They just kind of showed up. But
that was really cool, but can I say what the coolest part was?
Yes.
So Paul recognized us and said, I watch your videos all the
Jamie
time.
Madrox did.
What?
Yeah. Jamie Madrox did.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like,
my bad.
He looked at me and I was like, hi, I'm Chris Gaz, I'm from Mischief Toys and, Castlecast and stuff like that. And he like stopped, he looked at Heather, he looked at me and he's like, oh my God, I watch you guys. And I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. I couldn't even believe it. So I basically want to try to connect with them and maybe do an upcoming Mischief Toys thing. I think that would be really cool because I love their stuff and I think that they're great. They're great dudes. They're really fun. They're like super into toys, which means a lot to me when it comes to all this stuff. I think that's an important aspect of it, is that you can get licenses all day long, but it's the people that actually care that are really into it. I think that there's something special about that.
It was Paul, because he's the one that does Paul's
Well, Jamie Madrox definitely said it to me.
Yeah, it was Paul. Okay, then Paul
maybe
said
they both
it to
said
me.
it.
Yeah,
maybe they both said it. But I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was really neat. I was like, here I am being starstruck, and they're like, oh yeah, we watch you. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, you never know. You never know who's watching.
Yeah,
anybody could be watching. Even my mom. My mom watched. That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
So yeah, the Funko booth was great. Funko panel was great. Great experiences across the board for SDCC. It was definitely a memorable trip. Loved going out there. I definitely want to go again in the future. Will I fly there, drive there? I don't know. I don't know. This drive hasn't been so terrible. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed all the sights and sounds and making stops and everything.
Yeah.
It's been great.
I mean, you say that you like it, but you're able to drive with me. See, the problem with my drive is I have to sit next to you.
Oh, I see. I'm the problem. Huh? But I think next time we would definitely spread it out a lot more. I would want at least another week. Because
for sure.
to see everything and to do it all, we're like flying home right now, literally.
Yeah.
So
I want to do like 4 days at Disney this time instead of like 1.5.
Oh my God, Disneyland was incredible, by the way. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk more about that too.
I'd like to do a Disneyland versus Disney World review.
We talked about that, yeah. But this has been such a wonderful trip, and thank you guys for taking this trip with us. We appreciate this. I appreciate you guys watching and just staying tuned to us and listening to all the things that we have to say, and just literally our thoughts as we're driving. We're just shooting from the hip right now. We haven't talked about anything before getting into this video. Maybe you could tell that, I don't know. But thank you guys. It means a lot to us. Patrons, we have not read names. I feel terrible about it, but we'll get back to that really, really soon. I can promise you that. And yeah, so thank you for watching. And again, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and everything. And give us some of that love. Comment down below. Let us know what your feelings were about SDCC, if you attended or not. Maybe you just saw some photos and you want to tell us what you thought of it. Let us know. That's all we've got. We got about 23 more hours on the road. We'll see what happens.
I think so.
Yeah, about 23.
It might be down to 22 now.
We're getting to Buc-ee's, baby. We're going to go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, we're going to Buc-ee's in Texas.
Hell yeah.
So
Love
I think
Buc-ee's.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm Humbies.
Yeah, I'm very Humbies.
All right, guys.
I'm trying to figure out, hold on.
Oh,
wow. No, 25 hours is what I'm seeing.
Oh, no. I thought it was less. Oh, no. But thank you, everybody. We'll see you very soon. We'll probably post another video tomorrow. Come back and watch us again on the road. See you later.
Bye.